use your chair.
You were gonna use my chair?
Yeah, you were gonna, let me take over. You seem tired.
Oh my god, it's Time Me Out Craigasm. I haven't seen him in years. Whoa. Is it the same account? He likes it.
He likes it.
Okay. Alright, Daniel's an NPC and he is going to show us his chess games. Daniel, you're gonna break that bench. You can't drag it. You have to pick it up and move it. When you drag it, the thing will get up.
I played a 1400 old man who's on his 1400 floor, and I have like 80 games against him in USCF. And I was watching the Hikaru versus Magnus match before we came, and I wanted to keep watching it, so I played as aggressively as possible because I wanted the game to end so I could keep watching. And I noticed that he doesn't know what to do against the Jobava London. So I got like the greatest position after 10 moves. So here, D5 is the best move, preventing E4. But he played E6, and now after D5, it is a classical French, and D5 is the best move. You really have to play D5 because otherwise white just has the center. He played D6 though, and I wanted to end the game as quickly as possible, so I played F4.
Oh.
And he played knight here, which is a developing move. And then he played B6, which is kind of a developing move. And then I developed my bishop, and he developed his bishop, and I castled, and he played bishop E7. And then I wanted to end the game as quickly as possible, so I played E5 and F5. Now, F5 is the only bad move I played this game, but it's for a specific reason. Can chat figure it out? It's because pawns can take pawns, but he should take this pawn, or he should take this knight and then take this pawn. And it's going to take a while before I can actually get anything real going. But he did this, and then he found a remove the guard tactic. So this is the guard, so he removed it, and then he won a pawn, right?
No, he didn't.
But then I won a pawn back, and there's kind of things happening here. So he castled, and I could just take a knight, or I could just take a pawn and then go here. But I did this for maximum shock effect, just in case he would resign, so I could get to watch Hikaru versus Magnus. So check and take and rook f3, and he played this, and then I played rook h3, and he resigned. All right, next game.
Woo!
All right, so this is like all of my games with black. The Alapin, because the Alapin is like extremely popular at like sub 2000 level. So c4 is a weird move. Computer likes this move, which I remember, but I always like don't remember the point.
Yeah, that first game, was that against James Neal?
No.
No?
No.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Alright, so I put my knight here, and then I developed, and he developed, and I did this. And the computer finds a pretty cool thing that I can do after this, which he should have played, obviously, because I was pressurizing this. But I didn't see this like before I played d6. So here I can play e5, and black is already better. Because you have a weak backward d-pawn, and I have complete control over this square. But he played a worse move than taking. He played d4, and then I took, and now I'm up a pawn. But he does get some compensation. And, yeah, so he just, like, made a one-move blunder. I thought he was gonna, like, take, and
Wait,
then,
who's...
he's, like, 1400, I don't know. Alright, so then I played another old man.
I don't think you showed the blunder, did you?
Oh, well, I did.
I didn't see it. Oh, okay.
So then I took, and then he resigned.
Okay.
So that was that game. Alright, so I played knight f3, e3, chess doofus style. we have to make sure that our pawn is defended before it even reaches c4. So that way we have the solidest position ever, and everything is guarded 3 times. Because then that way we can't blunder. Okay?
Maybe I should play that way. I blunder a lot.
Alright. So he played knight f6, which is fine, and he played c6, which is fine. And I played b3 with subtle intentions of going bishop b2. So I played h3, and he gave me the bishop pair. I think bishop h5 is a better move, but he was worried that I was going to throw my pawns at him, which I might have done. I hadn't decided. So bishop e7 I don't think is that great. He should leave the bishop more flexible and do this first, and then maybe this. And then he can do this plan sometimes, and he can do this type of thing sometimes. So now I just have 2 bishops. And then I played g4, which is aggressive. And he played h6 because he didn't want me to play g5.
Were you feeling emotional today? Were you having a woman moment? Should have played d4, Daniel.
So then I played bishop g2. This is so now I have a double fianchetto. Both of my bishops are on the long diagonals. He took and played this, and I kind of expected all of this to happen. And I think I'm just much better in this queenless middle game with the 2 bishops and the 2 center pawns, and his knights are not going to really find good outposts. So he developed his knight, and I developed my knight, and he played this, which was kind of a surprise. I played rook b1 because my rook wants to be on b1. And then he castled queenside, which was also kind of shocking.
Makes sense. I mean, he put his rook directly. I mean, you put your rook directly.
Yeah.
So makes sense.
So I did not consider the one of the engine moves here, but I probably should have. So the computer liked this move in my room, but now it likes this move, which I did consider. But I just played d3 first. And I expected knight c5, and I thought I was just going to go here and chill, and eventually milk the light-squared bishop for all it's worth. Gotchi hyper. But he played rook h to e8, which is fine. And now my bishop can c, and we want our bishops to c. Yeah, so he traded the knights, and then I fully expected knight c5, but he played well, okay, so he can't play knight c5 right away because I can check and check. So that's why he played g6. So I thought g6 prepares knight c5. So that's why I put my rook on d1. And then he didn't play knight c5 here because I guess I just moved my bishop. And then I can move my king and maybe hit him with this at some point. But he put the bishop on c5. And I did consider h4, but I just wanted to double on the b file first before I played on the other side. He played knight b6, and he wants to go here because I kind of have arranged my pieces so that they can be forked by a knight. But I didn't really care about the knight going to a4. Yeah, so here I played the only bad move of the game that I played. So I traded, and I thought if he takes this way, I'm just gonna start pressuring him. But now this knight is hard to deal with, and he can open a front on the king side. So for some reason black is better here, which I still don't fully understand. I still like white. I don't really understand.
Well, the pawns on b7 and c6 kind of stunt your bishop.
Yeah, the knight's
also the pawn on
here.
g6.
Yeah, but he took with the knight.
Going backwards, I like it.
Yeah.
It does feel slightly odd because the knight's kind of stuck defending the b pawn.
So I doubled.
But the knight's stuck defending the b pawn here too.
And now the only move to stay in the game is to put the knight back on a4 and sack the b pawn.
What the fuck?
So he played c5, which is really ugly because it opens this bishop.
No, I like it.
So
because you're not gonna find a4.
Yeah, so I saw a4, but I thought this was cleaner, which the engine disagrees.
Why not a4?
Because I thought a4 takes, and then he can fork me. And I saw this, but then after this, I have many winning moves, but
Yeah.
I thought it was I thought it was less clear than that.
Just don't let him fork you.
So I just like attacked his pawn and he can't defend it. So I thought that was simpler and more of a Dennis way to play. And I was kind of
You're channeling Dennis?
A little bit, yeah. So he did that and I took his pawn. And then I played a4. And then rook a1 was a weird move to play, but I thought it made sense. I want to play this without him going here. So rook a1 isn't meant to guard the pawn, it's meant to guard the square.
Mm-hmm.
So he let me trade that. So then he played a5, so now this is another target, and also I'm winning this pawn. And then I'm winning this pawn, and he took this pawn, and then I go here. And then we simplified, and he resigned here. He gave me the benefit of the doubt. So then I played Daniel Marmer, Superior Daniel, and I decided to play the Chigorin defense. Worst decision of the day, because the Chigorin defense sucks, even if they don't know it, because they can just do anything and be better. So knight f3 is like a good move.
Wait. So why did you play it?
Because I wanted to.
So even if they don't know it, they're still better. So it's not even tricky, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So this is the most mainline move. But he played this weird move, and now we were definitely both out of. We were definitely both out of theory.
He was channeling a taco? I don't get it.
If I had this position again, I would just play e6. And I think this is like not the worst that you can do out of the Chigorin. Although I still like white.
Why is your knight on c6?
Because I'm fighting for these squares.
It doesn't go there.
I can play aggressively
Daniel.
like Jobava. Like I'm playing the reverse Jobava London. Or I mean the reversed Verisov.
Whatever you say.
So, I took here because I'm attacking this pawn, and I expected e3 and then e5. And after bishop c4, I mean, white's position plays itself because queen b3 is coming, and...
This reminds me of Herman Weinmiller.
No, but that
Which
was
Herman, though?
Okay.
Wasn't one of us.
So I took on
Was the other one.
d4, queen b3...
Not that one, the other one.
And queen d7. And here it is white to move and play the only move that gives you an advantage. Alright, chat. Come on, chat. Play the only move that gives white an advantage. I like how white's knights support getting each other's way each other. Is that a reference to something? Or is it... Yeah, so bishop takes f7, queen takes f7, and queen takes b7. And I saw this... And I thought it was unclear. But it is not unclear. Okay.
Sometimes I feel like you calculate 4 moves, look at a position, and say, I don't know, and then you just move on.
So
I could never do that.
So
I could never do that.
He didn't do that. He just took back. And now I basically this is my last chance to have a playable position. So what do I always tell Mom?
Castle.
You need to castle before you attack.
Just bang my finger on the desk.
So I was still in raw mode.
I know.
So
you can't develop with your king on the center.
So
so you traded a piece.
I traded one of my only active pieces.
Okay, perfect.
And then I gave a check for fun.
Okay.
So I'm developing with tempo.
Daniel, are you messing with me? And this is actually Marmer, Shirley Herman?
No.
Because it really feels that way.
Okay. He played king e2, which is one of the good moves. So then I checked. I mean, again, I should just castle, and he has 2 bishops, and his king is slightly exposed, but d5 is kind of a problem. But I did this check, developing a piece for him, and then I played this. And after a3, I don't know what I thought I was going to play, but I realized I was losing here. Queen takes d4. Yeah, queen takes d4 doesn't work, because he can take here. And, yeah, this is not good. But I did see queen takes d4. But I haven't developed, so I can't do moves like that. So I played knight h6.
Daniel, you're disgracing Fluff Pigeon. I mean, she's a gazebo.
So
like knight h6.
He might not see the threat, right?
Right.
But he saw the threat. Yeah. So now I just have to castle and be down a piece, basically. But I castled this way.
Finally.
And then I won some material back, but this is not good because he gets to take here at the end. And then he went and took my rook, and then he saved his bishop. So now he's threatening this, which is very annoying because otherwise I would take here. But my king is probably the worst king I've had all year. So this is not my greatest game. So I stopped.
What's your title?
Queen takes f7. I'm a national master. Okay. So then
this nation?
And then I almost got a perpetual. Almost. Almost. So I'm only down 2 pieces. I stopped notating here because I basically gave up. But he his technique wasn't the best. And he had to
I feel like he needs technique to be up 2 pieces, Daniel.
I mean, I think I would lose this against a lot of people, but I think I might hold it against some people.
I think Dean Brown could beat you here.
I think he would try. He would try really hard, and he might win, but not 100% of the time.
You and I, Daniel, we just have all the opposite problems.
Woo!
Okay. Okay. Fuck.
I don't like Hikaru or Magnus anymore, but it was a really fun match to watch.
What do you mean anymore? After today? Daniel wouldn't do things like this if his former old retired geezer coach would take him by the hand and lead by example. It's true.
Because that's how I think, basically.
I feel like the contrast between the way we even review our games is I take 45 minutes to look at one 30-move game that isn't very complicated, and Daniel gets how long? Daniel finished all 4 games in 20 minutes.
Well, I mean, 2 of them were under 20 moves, so.
Oh yeah, it is. NM privilege. What did we learn?
You should castle, basically. Castling is good. Castling is good and based. Play the Chigorin.
I'm trying to see if there's a... Sorry. I was trying to get more giggles.
Titled bourgeoisie. I don't think that's how you spell bourgeoisie.
How would you spell it?
In a more French-looking way.
Okay. Makes sense. That doesn't look French enough. Try again.
Dennis might know how to spell bourgeoisie. Shut up!
I like how you said it with such confidence, though. That's not how you spell that. That doesn't look French enough to me. Try again.
Yeah, there it is. See, that looks French as hell.
French.
Do you want to play Hand and Brain or something?
Are you gonna keep being autistic?
That might be good content.
Autistic hand and brain. Alright.
Am I the hand?
Wait, okay, so Daniel, this could be a whole nother YouTube video.
Okay, so you're gonna make another...
Yes, so we're gonna say bye YouTube! Bye bye! We're gonna play hand and brain
Sarah's a YouTuber now.
I'm a YouTuber! Woo!